I just got watching Lord Hex Squad's video and it was very interesting. And I know he watched my channel too. You know what I mean? Because he kind of quoted like about 3-4 months ago. He kind of quoted some shit I said in one of my videos. So he knows about the BP community and he knows who I am too. You know. But you gotta understand, like people like in the like us, a lot of people like because like the shit we say is so real, it's controversial because everybody lives in a fake, materialistic, ritualistic, sadistic world. You know what I mean? So when we just break that veil and tell them what's real, people are like, damn, that's just too raw, you know. But you know, when you're a young man, young guy, of course you're gonna want you a nice woman that's for you and shit. But I believe social media nowadays have given women a lot of options. So a woman can look at you, you can have a car, you know, good job, your own place, and the woman still has options. She can fuck with the local rapper, the local DJ, you know, maybe some fucking millionaire in Dubai who can fly her out and fucking like what piss and shit on her and do all that weird shit they do, those rich princes and sultans do to those Instagram models in Dubai. And it leaves a lot of young males who are desperate for love and desperate for attention because most of their female classmates at 18, they start getting flued out around the world or start making Instagram or ASMR channels and blowing up and getting paid a lot of money. Meanwhile, the average guy is pretty much stuck. You know, if you're not rich, if you're not famous, you don't got some internet clout, internet fame, you're just gonna be a regular, you know, person. And nowadays, a lot of women don't like just average regular guys. It's like you have to like go above and beyond. And then even when you finally get the girl and start dating her, you got to understand that there's so many options for females. The females are always on their phone. They're always, you know, on Instagram. They're always on social media looking at other females, either hating on them or trying to get their outfits or just doing female shit, you know? So even if you bag the girl, you got to worry about somebody else fucking her behind your back. And I was talking to somebody that I know online. I'm not going to say their name because, you know, what's the point? You know, I learned less is more. You know, after getting doxxed and kicked out, I'm not going to be as transparent as I once was, you know, so that way people won't use what I say and try to get information. But anyway, long story short, this guy was telling me, you know, his girl, that he's going through problems with his girl right now, you know, and, you know, and this particular person or whatever, you know, like he's been living with his girlfriend for like several years. And he said in the last 2 years, she started acting weird, but he's kind of just been, you know, whatever. But come to find out, you know, you know, through one of his other homies or whatever, like basically she was seeing, you know, with another guy at a restaurant or whatever, you know what I mean? Like one of his friends was like at his cousin's birthday party or something like that. And then like he sees her and he kind of questioned her like, hey, who's this? She's like, oh, that's just a friend. And he immediately called, you know, called his homie, you know, my friend, the guy I'm talking to or whatever. And, you know, and tells him, hey, your girl was, you know, with another guy at at this restaurant or whatever. And so, you know, he said he couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, what? And then the girl like immediately kind of starts panicking and tries to leave because like, you know, other people were like there or whatever. Like, you know, like other people that kind of knew her, you know what I mean? And so she pretty much gets caught red-handed, you know, and now it's like a big thing he's going through, and he's talking about how like you know, BPV, man, what I want to build my life with this girl and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, bruh, you already know what you got to do. The hard choice. You got to cut her off, brother. You got to find a girl that's a real one for you, man. I know it's hard because a lot of guys nowadays, when they find a girl, and especially she's pretty or whatever, they treat it like it's gold instead of treating it like, hey, you know, if she's not with you, she ain't trying to, you know, be your ride or die. You got to say fuck it and let it go, man. Life's too short, man, you know. And I hear a lot of people that are successful. You can go and watch so many YouTube videos that are like successful guys, even millionaires, talking about how they're not getting married, how they're not having kids, because it's so much of a sacrifice. Because you can sacrifice your life and everything, and then the woman can just take it all in a second from a court decision. And sometimes your kids won't even appreciate you. So that's brutal, man. It's just a brutal reality when you think about it, how easy it is for a guy, or how hard it is for a guy to build up something that takes years and years and years. You build up a company or whatever. It takes 2 decades, 3 decades, hell, 4 decades. And then you marry the wrong person. You stick your dick in the wrong woman and it's all gone. So for a lot of guys, you know, this summer probably was a lonely summer, but don't feel too lonely, man. As long as you got your hopes, and your hobbies, man, as unfortunate as that is, you got to do it, you know? And you got to stay strong mentally. I do a lot of reading. That's like I like most of the time nowadays. I'm reading and I'm understanding certain things, and I'm figuring out certain things. I'm not gonna be too. Yeah, I'm just reading certain things. You know what I mean? Point blank. Yeah, and reading makes you more intellectually smart. That's one thing I noticed, and it's good with articulation. You know, that's one thing I noticed because like a book I really like, first I read it silently, and then I read it like either whispering or saying it out loud a little bit, just so I can get the enunciation and pronunciation of it right. You know, to me, the English language is one of the most greatest versatile languages ever, right? You know, but anyway, so nowadays, man, it's like a single guy that's in their early 20s, maybe early 30s, maybe early, you know, maybe like, like what 19, or something like that, 18, you're gonna have to compete with a lot of people. It's not just competing with the guy next door or the football captain on the high school team. You're competing with the guy who's already in the NFL. you know, your female classmates. You know what I mean? They're already going on dates with fucking people that got a lot of clout, fame, fortune, and glory, and that's hard to compete. And it's hard when you have social media that seems to always have better and greater lives than the one you're currently in now. And one thing you can't do is compare yourself with somebody that is living like a carefully curated life, especially when it's social media. It's all designed to invoke certain emotional frequencies. When you see, when you don't have any money or you're down and out, then they show you somebody with jewelry and chains and cars and Lamborghinis, and it's supposed to make you feel a certain way. But, if you're strong and stoic, like Marcus Aurelius, you'll be like, bro, that's materialistic shit that doesn't matter. Yeah, it matters in the moment. When you have it, you get the bitches, you get the riches, you get the glory, you get the fame. But at the end of the day, everybody's heart stops. Everybody has to, pay that ultimate price. So that's not going to save you. You can have all the money in the world, but if it's your time to leave the world, then there's nothing that money can help you with, So I want to send a little encouragement to you youngsters, because people have been hitting me up too. Bro, like, this is crazy. I don't even, my channel's not even big, but I'm still getting, I'm getting more emails. People are hitting me, hey man, are you all right, bro? Hey man, blah, blah, blah. Hey man, I'm sorry, I ain't got no bread right now, bro, but hey man, you need somebody to talk to. Like, it's crazy how much love I get, but also took just a little bit of hate to take it down, It's brutal, Like, I can't believe I actually had a successful YouTube channel, bro, that I can actually monetize and make money. I could have got paid for making videos, bro. That's like a dream job, getting paid actual fucking money for making videos that you like doing. Just imagine, man. Imagine making $10,000 a month off YouTube. You know what I mean? Some people that I talk to have 100,000, 50,000, 75,000. They were making that and more. I remember when I first hit my first 1K subscribers, and that's when, this one, I'm not going to say the name, but this person who's well known, you guys know him, but hit me up. Well, maybe you guys don't know him, actually, because, I'll say this is one of Taylor, he's in, I'm not going to get all that information, but it's somebody that I know that was telling me he was making 15 to 25K a month. But it wasn't just off YouTube. It was off of his merchandise. He had another site, but he was saying YouTube was like to get the viewers, and then you take the viewers and you put them to the real site that you want them to go on. It was smart. Okay, this guy's business savvy. I want you on my team. You know what I mean? I like to have smart people that's about their business. Nothing's more greater than doing what you love for a living, man. Especially when it's creative, like making videos or making music or something like that, and you get money and paid off of it. That's a fucking dream job. But for a lot of you youngsters, I know a lot of y'all probably feel lonely and isolated and devastated, but just know, hold on to your talents, man. Hold on to what makes you feel like you, what makes you feel unique, because that's all you have, man. And let's be real, man. A lot of these whores today is be on some bullshit, So, as I tell the youngsters, focus on your money when you're young. You know what I mean? Point blank. Don't get mad because, them bitches ain't fucking with you right now. Fuck them. Get your money first, youngsters. I'm telling you. That's the only thing that can truly save you in this world is a lot of money. Point blank, period. So, focus on that, and then the girls can come later, man. Peace. Have a good night.